Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today I am going through some of the rest of the knives from Blade Show that I picked up, that I came home with. Now, we already did a part one, so this is a part two. This is a knife from Forever Steel. This is obviously number one out of 199. So I got the first one, damn it. And it is nasty. We have an M390 Hawkbill blade with a flat grind. Love these swedges up here. It just looks so cool. You got a nice spot there with jimping, huge thumb studs. And the button lock, I know some people are like, oh, it's a button lock. This is a strong button lock. And one without even like thinking about it, I can just look at the lock, and it's an integral, by the way, which is a huge thing. But the lock, look how big that shaft is. This is, I think, the biggest button lock shaft I've ever seen. The strong button locks that I've seen are nowhere near this size. And then, if you look, it's got that nice big ring around it. So this thing is very solid, like super solid. I've spine whacked the hell out of it. It is, this one at least, is a bank vault. Then you have these great ergonomics. Like I said, it is an integral, so this whole handle is machined out of one piece of titanium. It does have this type of hardware, but I found that you can use a spanner bit. So if anybody has, like, you can get these bits, these odd-shaped bits from, Home Depot or Ace, wherever, whatever hardware store. I hate these little bags. Now you can get random bits from hardware stores of all different shapes and sizes that are just weird. I recommend everybody get them. This is a spanner bit, so this is like for working on hinderers. This little guy right here works perfectly for gripping right here around the edge right here. So I can just grip just that too, and it works perfectly. Now you can also take something like this and just put the jaws right in there. Ooh, that was my fault. Put the jaws in there and then just rotate. You can use that if you needed to. But you could also just get the bits with the, the different heads on them. But if you don't have that, you could obviously just use your fingers if you had to. But this one, it came loose a little bit. I've had to tighten it up. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to Loctite it soon. The clip works great. The button on it has a nice big swedge on it, so it has a nice good amount of stick, which I like because that means it's going to be solid. And then huge thumb studs, great action. This thing is a heavy blade with super snappy. I like it. I like it a lot. It's wicked and it's really cool. You guys remember we talked about Dream Tech in one of my last videos? Well, I showed you this Dream Tech, but I have not shown you this one yet. So they're very similar. Obviously, there is differences. It's not the same model or anything, but they are pretty similar. They're using the same lock, which is a pivot button lock that's on a leaf spring. So when you push it, it pulls the leaf spring in, as you can see. Very, very smooth. Now, this one has the front flipper and the back flipper, and obviously the inlay, the shape of the handle. This one has a hole deployment to add it. So it's got the regular flipper, front flipper, just like this one, except for now it has a hole deployment. M390 steel, titanium handle. I'm guessing these guys are the same company doing the DEF CON knives because they have the same clips. They have some of the same locks and whatnot. So they're probably just either working together or, the same. But very cool, though. I do like this thing quite a bit. And, it's got nice texturing around the edges, great detent, great fidget factor, not a big knife, not a small knife. I really like the way this one looks at this inlay, though. It does look really cool. So let's get to the next one. Next one is from Dagger. Now, this is pretty damn cool. So they have 4 different versions, I think, or they have a bunch of different versions. It might be 6. This is the big one. So they have dual grind ones, then they have small ones, then they have hole deployment ones, and then thumb studs. I got the thumb stud because of this reason. So the hole is in the shape of a skull. And I didn't want it to be uncomfortable, and as I never flicked it, so I don't want to tell you it's uncomfortable. I don't know if it is or not. I never tried the one with the hole. So I don't know. But I looked at it and thought it could potentially be an uncomfortable deployment. So I said, I'll just go with the thumb studs because I'm safe, right? I just made the safest choice. It is a beautiful drop point blade. Love the swedge on top. It is a flat ground blade, and it's running Magnacut steel. I have not asked them about the HRC. Hopefully they're running it at least 63. It is a crossbar lock, obviously. Good size crossbar lock, rock solid lockup, titanium handles, very, very smooth.
In a decade of knowing you, I have never heard you say the sentence, I went with the safe decision. That's insane. Insane.
Yeah. The skull clip is a titanium deep carry clip. And, you know, you can see the skull on it. Lots of milling on the inside. It's a heavy knife, though. It's not light. I mean, it's thick. It's robust. It is somewhat of like a tougher knife, which I like. They have small ones for people that want lightweight. I want to try the small one. I want to try the ones with the hole deployment. Maybe I'll try to get a version of both, because it is nice having both versions, because not everybody's going to want this big ass one. Not everybody's going to want a small one. So it does help fit everybody's needs so that they can see that. The pivot looks cool. This is kind of the way the hole deployment did look right here. It was like that. So all in all, I like it, man. I think the thumb stud's placed very well. It's very comfortable. Great lockup. Great lock engagement. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I like this thing quite a bit. So Dagger did a hell of a job with that. Next is a model from Remette. Now, here's the thing, though. I've already been carrying and beating the hell out of this thing. I was digging in rock with this thing. I'll explain it in a second. So it says WK1-E knife. I forget what the name is. I'll put it up on the screen. I love the knife, though. We have a harpoon drop point, deep hollow ground blade. And me and Kara, I probably shouldn't tell you guys what we were doing exactly. Yeah, we were just looking for something underground, and which we had to dig a lot of little holes to do, and some of them happened to be in rock and stone. So I used this as like a shovel and a scraper. So the edge is completely gone, like completely gone. Obviously, you know, digging in dirt and literal rocks, like you can see scratched. I'm actually surprised it is not like so messed up. If you've seen what I was doing with this, you would expect it to be a lot worse. But we have what? No, baby, baby, that's not legal. You know it, right?
We didn't touch anything.
I know, but I'm not saying what we did was illegal. I'm saying it would have been. So one thing I love about this is this handle, man. It is very similar to an integral, but it's not. And if you look, there's no hardware, right? It's super simple, super plain. People love that. I personally like the look of hardware, but I also like the look of no hardware. This has absolutely no hardware, and it looks just like an integral, doesn't it? Well, here's the thing. It has the back strap on it. So you push this button right there, right? Push that down, and then you can pop this up like that and pull that off. And now you can get to the hardware, right? The edge does come out right here, so you have to be careful. But, you know, you can see the liner there now. You can see all the bells and whistles on it now. And, yeah, it's pretty damn cool. So it makes it to where you have the look of, actually even a better look than a regular integral, because a regular integral would have the pivot still. This leads to no pivot. So that's cool, right? Like instead of having no hardware down here and having one big hardware there, this one has nothing. And then check this out. I love these thumb studs. I'm actually designing something kind of similar to this to some extent. But you see how it's got that angle and then it's got this texture. I love the Remette went with I'm not gonna say sharp, but very grippy texture, because that's one thing I've been a little critical of Remette on, is their ability to do sharp jimping, sharp stuff, right? Because it seems like they're always rounded and rolled over. These have nice grip. So that was my fault. So when you go to launch them off, they're very comfortable for the reverse flick or thumb flick. I'm very happy with them studs. They look good too. They're attractive. And the flipper tab is up super high relative to the pivot. Wow, this thing kicks. Great action, great clip. The clip works great. Very, very ergonomic. And I know you're looking at how much space there is right there. Wham. It's already covered. See that? So all in all, good access to the lock bar, super smooth. They did a really good job on this one. I like this knife a lot from Remette. Oh, this next Remette has a little special feature I'm going to show you guys. So let's go over the knife really quick, and I'm going to tell you about the feature. So this is the two-face. the Remette Too-Paced. It has a dual grind, which is a little bit thinner than this right here. M390 steel. Beautiful thumb studs. I love the way those thumb studs look. Have a nice fuller ceramic ball clip, and then a crowned full back spacer with a hidden lanyard. Same thing with the spine of the knife. It's got a nice crowning, but then also has nice jimping. It is a titanium frame lock. Flipper tab, fuller, and thumb studs all work great. However, what you could do is you could take this sucker off. See that little screw head right there? You can take that off and put it over here as a front flipper. So let's do that. All right. Now we got a T6 here ready, so we are going to take it off right here. It is a T6. Of course, I wish it was a T8, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. I'm going to close this sucker up, and we are going to put it, I don't know how it goes. I'm guessing right here. Nope. Probably like this. Oh, there's a screw in there. Oh, okay, so there is a replacement screw already in there. I got to take that out and put it over here. That's a little mini Phillips. Okay, so I grabbed a little mini Phillips. Now, Kara just said this. This is probably why it's called the Too-Paced. I was thinking it was called the Too-Paced because of the Too-Paced blade, but it's probably because it can change its ways with its flipper. So we're going to put this one back here. Just give it a sort. The reason why they put that there is, I guess, so gunk doesn't get in there. So it's not going to get filled with crap, which is, I guess, a good idea. You know, to keep it filled with something. So a screw is nice. It just, you know, it could be one more thing they can strip out. But there we go. I mean, look at that. Already filled with bullshit. Oh, that works good too. You got him, baby. You got him. I'm not sure if the mic picked it up, but it
don't matter because I still got him.
Man, this is so good. This is a great front flipper. Like, really good. Yeah. So I was thinking because, you know, it was in the primary position of a flipper, I was thinking there was no way it was going to be really good, but it actually is great. And it increases the ergonomics by far. Like, this is even more comfortable than it was. Man, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. I think I like the front flipper, even though the flipper works great on it. Like, no complaints on the flipper at all. So it actually is really cool that you can do both. And I also like that they put the lock bar cutout on the inside instead of the outside right here. However, let's try this clip because it does have the ceramic ball. Yeah, it's a little tight. It's not stupid, but it's a little tight. What you could do is if you put something under there and maybe just pry her up just a little bit, take a little tension off, you'll probably be a lot happier with it. It does have TA hardware all the way around. I like it quite a bit, and I think it has a cool feature. So I'm sure we'll be showing this one quite a bit on the channel. And it's something, I'm not sure if I've seen this done before. I've seen removable flipper tabs, but I don't know if I've seen one removable and then something you can add to another spot. Now this next one is in, let's look at it, Magnamax. This is a Magnamax blade. And who was the maker? Oh man, I'm gonna have to write it on the screen. I think this is G10. It might be 3D printed scales. Very comfortable in the hand, but it is a prototype with Magnamax. Now, I've never tried the Magnamax. I'll say this. This edge is very sharp for, you know, a Scandi grind. Scandi grinds typically are very sharp. It's basically just like having a very low angle edge bevel on, you know, a thick blade. So I'll probably resharpen it up, test it a little bit, see how it does. This is the sheath, has the Alti clip. If you guys don't know, Magnamax is supposed to be the new super steel. It's supposed to be the new crazy ass super steel. Some say it's like a souped up MagnaCut, and others say it's like a stainless K390. If it's like a more of a stainless tough K390, I'll be very happy because that's my favorite steel. So we shall see. Hopefully I like it as much as they say it is, but we'll have to find out. Next we got one from North Mountain Blades. And there's a lot of knives I like from North Mountain Blades that I want to get my hands on. And this one does come with extra stuff, as you can see, which I always like to see. Nice little box, but it is a front flipper. Now, my one criticism really quick, and I hate to start off with a criticism, but there's a lot of their models I want to try. And I'm sure some I'll love more than others. And this one I do like. But their front flipper jimping is not sharp enough. It's almost there, right? It's almost there. But then they left the top rounded, This is where we need the jipping, is right here, not right here. I mean, obviously you can use it there, but it's nice if you can put your finger right there and really get it, you know, not have to worry about slipping. Obviously, I know how to use a front flipper, so I'm just fine. I'm not, you know, not crying or nothing. You know, at least not, you know, too bad. But I do slip off of it. I do slip, yeah, at least not on camera. I am slipping off of it from time to time, as you can probably see. Now, I will say, the titanium handle has this softness to it that feels very high quality. It does have this essence to it that I really like. Same thing with this blade. And I think that also goes for this. Like, this thing is just so soft that you could see why you'd slip. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to slip with my grip or anything like that. It's great. Ergonomically sound, perfect. I could choke up. Pinch grips are great. Reverse, gas station knife fighting grip, all of them are great. So not worried about that. So the only part that's slippery is the front flipper, or it can be, I guess. Obviously, I can still use it, as you see. But yeah. I like it though. I love this Sand My Blade. I think it looks beautiful. I believe this is ZDP 189. I believe. I'm not 100,000% though. I probably should be before I say some crap. Let's see if we got a card on this one. No. I believe, I'm not positive, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is ZDP 189 with a damn near a Japanese tanto. It does have the secondary tip, so this is this a hollow? Yeah, I think it might be. Let me see something. No, maybe it's a flat. Yes. So it's a dual flat, but this flat grind is very thin. Like, it feels like a hollow. But this way, I thought it was a hollow. This is thicker up here. But nice edge, good access to the lock bar, very, very smooth. You know, good front flipping action, you know, aside from the jimping, you know, could be a little bit better. But it has this luxuriousness that's really nice, man. There's something about these knives, and that's why I was saying, man, I want to try a lot more of their knife designs. The clip works good. I have put that in the pocket already. No problems with that. Nice and smooth. It does have a hidden lanyard right there, so you can string it if you want to. The centering is dead nuts, and it's got a chamfer right there, or a channel, so you better be. All in all, very attractive knife. I like it quite a bit. Showed you guys these little fixed blades I got for Kara that I think are so badass. I really like these. Just very, very cool. Then we got this little guy right here, a little Karadashi, and then I meant to add this one into that same video, but I didn't. So I also got, and I think this thing is so cool. Look at this little guy. I love that. I think this is so badass. These are from Griffin. And I have my version as well. So they do make a folder version. These are the fixed blade versions, obviously. Same blade shape, but obviously a much slimmer handle. We have titanium, but check this out. I got these scales. Shout out to Griffin. This looks so cool. Look at this. That is badass. I think this is carbon fiber. So this is like a red carbon fiber. That's going to look so cool. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's like a red side cut carbon fiber. It looks like. I'm not sure, but I know I can't wait to put it on. And then on mine, or for mine, I got these ones, which I love. Natural micarta. You guys know that. That will look sick, right? And that look badass. So, you know, I'm excited to do that. The sheaths are really good. Nice sheaths. Not a huge, I guess, yeah, it has a nice click. No rattle, no tap whatsoever. Great push-off point. This one's a neck knife, and it does come with a really good chain. Because that's one thing, man, with the chains. You got to make sure that you can actually pop them off your neck without snapping the chain. This one so far has been great. It's like a little scalpel. I think that's actually the name of it, is the scalpel. Because that's basically what it is. I like these little chamfers right here. Nice little pinch grips. Magna-cut steel, by the way. Yeah, right there where it says Magna-cut steel on both of them. And yeah, this is a 4-finger grip knife, but it's only 4. Like you're not, it's like more like a 3.5 to be honest. But you have that chamfer again on this one for, you know, the pinch grips. I like the hole in the blade or the fuller in the blade because I think it does add a little flair to it, a little style. Obviously, you know, if you're cutting food and stuff, it can get in there, but hey, it's MagnaCut. Rinse it out. You'll be all right. But I think they're damn cool. Definitely check out Griffin. I do have a driver from them as well that I'll show in another video because it is, you know, pretty detailed. But I'll let you take a quick look at it. So you basically have 2 drivers in one, right? So you have 2 drivers in one, and then this is a little thing you can, you know, hide stuff in. You can, you know, take out or put in, you know, you can anodize it, you know, or whatever. I know there's other ones that have like bits that you can store inside there, or maybe they're back here or something, but it is really cool. You had a whole bunch of different styles of these. Well, I said I wasn't going to show you, but I guess I did show you. Okay, this one I got right before the show. You might have seen me do a little short on it, so I'm just going to close this off with this. This came from Roman, who is K-Knives Switzerland. He is a custom knife maker who does some of the best heat treatments on the planet. He's known for doing incredible heat treatments. And this is a production model. So he didn't make this. This was made around his, you know, where he's at, like around Switzerland area, you know, maybe Germany and stuff like that. And with his heat treat protocol on the Nitro X7 steel, which I guess is like a souped up Nitro V. So very excited to test this out. Very comfortable ergonomics. Some of my favorite micarta right there. Beautiful full flat grind, good geometry, which is another thing, you know, he's known for. Very excited to get to testing this. I have not resharpened it or anything yet. Did come with not the best edge, which, you know, he's a sharpener and stuff, so it's not like his fault, and this isn't his edge. You know, obviously, you know, this was, you know, probably done on a belt by the production company, but it's okay. The edge is not bad enough to, you know, that most people would complain about it. It's fine. It's sharp. It would do the job no matter what. It's going to cut great. It'll probably even cut hair. Maybe not quite shaven hair, but it's still just fine. Most people have no problem cutting with this. Now me, you know, I'm a little bit more pickier, but I intended to sharpen it myself anyways. And anybody getting a knife, technically, you know, you're going to be screwed either way if you don't know how to sharpen eventually. I'm just saying, you know, whether you buy a sharpener or learn how to sharpening, you need a way to sharpen and tune up your edge to preserve sharpness. So there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.